Good morning. It is Friday the 10th, and our text for today is from Isaiah chapter 48. You have heard, now see all this, and will you not declare it? From this time forth I make you hear new things, hidden things which you have not known. They are created now, not long ago. Before today you have never heard of them, lest you should say, Behold, I knew them. You have never heard, you have never known. From of old your ear has not been opened. For I knew that you would deal very treacherously, and that from birth you were called a rebel. Dear friends, these words from God to his people Israel bring us to consider the future. Yogi Berra once famously said, predictions are tough, especially about the future. We don't know what's going to happen. I'm sitting here waiting for rain, and the rain hasn't come. I'm held up in a very small roofing job because it's supposed to rain today. It's hard to even know what the weather's going to be tomorrow, yet alone 20, 30 years down the road. And the same thing can be said in any field. Predictions are tough, especially about the future. And predictions are even tougher if one fails to consider God's hand in creating, in envisioning, and in making happen the future. God creates the future. Oh, there's a lot of other ingredients that are stirred into the pot by God, but the future comes from the hand of God. To talk about the future without considering the will of God or what God is about to do is to predict rather blindly. Who would have thought that an insignificant group of slaves should become the nation of Israel? Who would have thought that a nation conquered and on the verge of destruction by the Babylonians would return and become a nation once again? Who would have thought that a young baby born and placed in a manger would grow up to be the king of Israel? And who would have thought that that king, once crucified by the mighty Romans, would 3 days later become and be designated King of Kings and Lord of Lords, the resurrected one? Who would have thought that his band of disciples, not powerful, not impressive, not educated, would eventually number 2 billion strong, as the church does today? And who would have thought that you, on your worst, most broken day, would live to praise God and look forward to the glorious future of life, light, and salvation that God has promised you through Jesus Christ? Predictions are tough, especially about the future.